said, what is that, your favourite word? You'll be fine.
Yeah. Right, I'll give you the right picture. I want you to treat me as a pupil at the partly trained stage.
Mm-hmm.
I have had lessons with another instructor, but I've never ever met you before.
Mm-hmm.
But he has got the same car as you, so I'm familiar with the controls.
Yep.
So this is a test for your instructional ability. I want you to instruct me today on meeting, crossing the path, and my general anticipation. Any questions of that?
Yeah, I want to say something for the record.
Right.
We've actually never done this subject before at all. Carry on.
Yeah. So meeting.
Crossing the path
Yeah.
and general anticipation. Yep.
Yeah. So my name's Tony. So I'll leave you to meet and greet.
Great stuff. Hi, Tony. My name's Nadia.
Oh no, there you go.
And your instructor couldn't make it today.
No,
But you've driven a car similar to this
I
before?
haven't. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Different colour.
Okay. Well, your instructor told me we were going to cover the subjects meeting, crossing the path,
Yeah.
and general anticipation.
That's what he said. Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a bit of a briefing about it, and it's taken. I picked which book I use. I'm just going to pick this one because it's the one that comes in front of me. Okay. Meeting is, for example, if there was a car parked over here,
Right.
like you see before, you've got a plan ahead, you can see that car parked, there might be cars coming towards you, you may have to stop. What we do is we stop as close to the white line as we can, as is necessary. We let them go past and then we proceed.
Right.
Have you ever used the mirror signal position speed look routine?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah? So we use that on approach as well.
All right.
So we check our mirrors. If there was a car parked on their side and our side, no one really has priority.
All right.
So if they've started moving, we're going to hold back.
All right.
I'll tell you the hold back position on the move of what that's going to be. Once they've safely gone past, we then go past. If they have stopped and we give them eye contact, we can proceed
All right.
and safely go past them. Once we've gone past the parked cars, we check our mirrors again, the mirrors that are necessary, which I'll explain to you on the way, and we move back into a normal
okay.
position. The clearance, don't need to talk about that. Crossing traffic. Have you ever done turning right?
Yeah, I done a little bit last week. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be similar to that. It's going to be the same as that. So the routine we're going to use on approach is mirror signal position speed look routine.
All right.
We're going to check our mirrors, position ourselves left to centre. Did you manage to get a reference point in when you were doing crossing the path, doing right turns?
Yeah, I picked up a left to centre reference point last week on emerging.
Oh, okay. Yep. So we're going to be using that
Yeah.
reference point. We'll also pick you another reference point to make sure that you don't cut the corner. Sometimes we may need to cut the corner if there was an obstruction on inside the road that we're going into, but again we'll talk about that.
Oh, I
more
think I
on
did
the-
pick up a reference point for that.
Oh, you did? Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine, because we're going to be using a similar reference point to that as well. We need to see whether when it's safe to go or not. So if there's cars coming from there, we need to judge whether it's safe. Now, have you heard of the drive across, walk across rule?
I have on emerging, yeah.
Yeah? Well, we're going to be using that rule. The only thing is, on emerging, it's walk across and walk back, whereas with crossing, it's just going to be walking across. The reason why we use that is because that's the speed our car's going to be travelling in. It's going to be a walking speed. We're going to be at two speeds, either walking or jogging. Again, I'll explain that to you on the way when we're doing it. And anticipation. When we're going past, let's say, for example, parked cars, we never know what's coming in between those parked cars, so we can't anticipate what's going to happen. So we're going to be driving at a distance that we can see to be clear, at a speed we can see to be clear. With anticipation comes mirrors. We always check our mirrors before anything happens. So if we see a pedestrian walking past the road, First thing we're going to do is we're going to check our mirrors to see what's going on behind us, distance and speed of vehicles, because the way we react is going to affect them as well. If there was a cyclist that was going ahead of you and looked over their right shoulder, what do you anticipate, do you think could be happening if they're looking over their right shoulder?
You might be going around a pothole.
Yeah, he might be going around a pothole, he might be about to turn right.
Oh yeah, of course.
So because of that, we're going to check our mirrors first, because we may need to slow down. We might need to slow down earlier. If there was a bus that signalled to go left and stop, and we're quite a far distance behind them, we can anticipate the pedestrians might be coming out of that bus. So we then check our mirrors, and we're at a slow speed so we can have time to react. Yeah? How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd like you to set yourself up.
Oh, right, yeah. Getting nervous now.
There's nothing to be nervous about, you'll be fine.
Yep.
Okay, what can you see from your interior mirror?
I can't see a lot, but I can frame the whole back window, and I can see a bit of my head restraint. I can see a bit of yours as well.
Okay, what can you see from your right door mirror?
Again, I can't see much. I can see
Right
the door.
door.
Oh, sorry. I can see the door handles.
Yeah.
It looks about the right height than what I normally have, because that hedge behind is actually blocking me seeing anything.
And your left door?
And the same in that one.
Okay, that's fine. So whenever you're ready.
Turn right out of the parking bay and right to the end.
Okay. So we're going to turn right out of the parking bay. And we're going to go right at the end.
Alright.
So we're looking for these potential meeting situations. So if we see any cars parked on our side,
That's really down here.
we will. I'll talk you through how to approach them. See, now this is a potential meeting situation. So we'll check your mirrors, check your interior mirror, check your right door mirror. We're checking our interior mirror for distance and speed of vehicles behind us, and we're checking our right door mirror for anything overtaking us. If there was anything to overtake us, we will let them go. When you're moving back from parked cars, you can check your interior mirror and your right door mirror.
Right door mirror.
Left door mirror, sorry,
Left door.
for any bicycles. Now what I want you to do is cover your brake, press your brake thickness of pound coin. I want you to stop here.
Stop.
Actually, I wanted you to stop a little bit back. I wanted to tell you about the hold back position while there were no cars behind us. What we do is we hold back about approximately 1.5 to 2 car lengths behind.
Alright.
The reason why we do that is because we can see a lot clearer. We can see what's going on around us.
Right.
We're going to be roughly positioned here, which is as left of centre as is necessary. So if you can see where that...
Is it
white
always
line-
left to centre?
It's not. It's as left of centre as is necessary. So closer to that side. Because if we were parked too close to the curb, people would think we're parking up and they'd just go around us, wouldn't they?
Oh, okay.
So we'd both be going in the same direction, therefore would cause a collision. So the reason why, because our position is a form of a signal. So by positioning slightly out, we're telling the people behind us that we're actually allowing, we're just waiting for other vehicles to pass us.
That makes sense, yeah.
If there was a car parked over there as well on their side, we then have eye contact with those people. If there was someone coming around that corner, if they did start carry on moving, we'd still hold back here.
Okay.
Like I said, a little bit further back. We don't hold. All right, there's a car behind us, so I'd like you to go. Just check your interior mirror.
Alright.
Check your right door
Alright.
mirror. Checking your interior mirror for distance and speed. We're checking your right door mirror.
And right.
And I'd like you to go right at the end of the road. So you're checking the interior mirror for distance and speed of vehicles behind you.
Yeah.
You're checking your right door mirror to see if anything's overtaking you. Here again, we're in a meeting situation. There's no cars coming, but I'll check your interior mirror,
Alright.
distance and speed.
Yeah.
Check your right door mirror,
And turning left.
and I'd like you to turn left. So when you're turning left. So here also a potential meeting situation. We're going to drive really slowly past these parked cars.
Really slowly.
Slowing about 10 to 15 miles per hour. The reason being is because there's parked cars on both sides. we need to be driving at a distance
Oh,
we
it's
can
clear
see
now,
to be
isn't it?
clear. Yeah, now it's clear. You can
And we're
go
going to turn right.
And I'd like you to turn right. So we're going to be crossing the path here. So I want you to stay towards you, stay towards me, straighten up, and stop. So I want you to imagine, I know this road comes at a bit of a bend, but where would that reference point line up if this road was a little bit straight? The centre line. You can imagine there's a centre line. Where would that reference point line
I
up?
bet where it was on my lesson last
Yeah,
week.
that is going to be your reference point for making sure we don't go over the white line. Now it's really important because there's no cars behind us. I can talk about this for a while. It's really important that we don't go over the white line, because if we were to go over the white line, we'd be in the path of oncoming traffic.
Oh yeah, I done that last week.
Yeah. And if we were, so you remember why it's important not to be too close to the
too
curb.
far over there, I'll be too close to the curb and people
Yeah.
would get confused.
Okay, so the reference point, you said you had a reference point for being making sure you don't cut the corner. Do you remember what that reference point was?
Oh yeah, a little bit further forward.
Yep, so do you want to get a little bit further?
Yeah.
And let me know when you can see it.
No, I was there now.
Yep. Do you know why it's important to have that reference point?
Oh yeah, if I cut the corner, I could get hit by a car coming down the road.
Yep, and if you're too far out?
I could hit the curb.
Yep.
Should I go now?
Yeah, so what do you, I want you to look into the road that you're about to go into. Is it safe? Are there any
No.
pedestrians around?
No.
No? Okay, so you can go. Proceed. Now, occasionally you might need to cut the corner. Now, do you remember why that was?
Yeah, I done that last week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you judge whether it would be safe to go or not? Remember we talked about that walk across, drive across rule. So if there was a car
No, I
coming
don't remember that.
Okay, so if there was a car approaching, if we could walk from one side of the pavement to the next, it'd be safe for us to go. Now, we're at meeting situation here, so I want you to check your interior mirror,
Alright.
check your right door mirror,
And turning right.
and I'd like you to turn right.
I'm checking the right hand door mirror first.
What you check in the right hand door mirror is for any vehicles overtaking us. If there was any vehicles overtaking us, I'd want you to let them go. Reason being is because we'd be forcing them into the path of oncoming traffic.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So ahead we've got a meeting situation,
Oh.
and what I want you to do is I want you to cover your brake,
Alright.
and I want you to stay towards me a little bit,
A little bit.
about 5 minutes, and stay towards you,
Alright.
10 minutes towards you, and I want you to stop.
Alright.
Now, because this road is quite tight, this would actually be the position we'd have to park,
Alright.
because we couldn't park any closer, because
Yeah, you just forced me.
Yeah.
Right, isn't it?
yeah. So that car's coming now anyway, so that would be the position we'd sort of park in.
Oh.
This is our holdback position, roughly about 1 to 2 car lengths
Right.
away. There's a car coming behind us, so I want you to proceed.
Alright.
I want you to check your interior mirror,
Yeah.
distance and speed of
Yeah.
vehicles behind us. Check your right door mirror.
Alright, yeah.
Right door mirror.
Oh, right door mirror. Yeah.
Right door mirror, you're checking for, do you remember what you're checking for in your right door mirror?
Oh, somebody overtaking me.
Yep, and if there was someone overtaking you?
Let them go.
Yep.
And we're going to turn right.
And I'd like you to turn right. So I want you to check your interior mirror, distance and speed. Check your interior mirror.
Oh, yeah.
Check your right door mirror. Is there anyone overtaking you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to position that left of centre line. I want you to stop at it. Remind me why it's important to make sure we're at the left of centre.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I've done that last week. Bob said I've done really well.
Well, crossing the path.
No, but the left to centre.
Left of centre. Okay, that's fine. So if there was a vehicle coming towards us now, the way we judge it, whether it's safe to go or not, is if we can walk from one side of the pavement to the other side of the pavement without getting them to stop, slow down or swerve, then it's safe for us to go.
Oh, right, I
The
know that.
reason why we don't want them to stop, slow down or swerve is because they will be doing it in a hurry. The people behind them won't realise that that is what they're going to do, because they probably
Oh,
won't see
right.
our car,
Yeah.
and that could cause a collision. If they
Oh,
were going to
right.
swerve, they'd be out onto the path of oncoming traffic and could cause a collision.
Oh, okay.
So we need to make sure we could go safely.
Yeah.
Walking pace, because that's the distance our car is going to be travelling in. That's
Walk
the
from
speed.
there to there.
Yeah. So if we can walk from there to there without getting them to stop, slow down or swerve, we can drive
Oh, okay.
across. Yeah. So
Does that work at any
that works
any speed limit?
It doesn't work at any speed limit. If the speed limit of the road is a lot faster, it does actually work at any speed limit.
Alright.
Yeah, for crossing the path. Because what you then do is you look into the road that you're going into, and you can carry on going and build up speed. So if you can walk across from one side of the road to the other side of the road, we can drive across.
Oh, okay.
Yeah? So do you remember why it's important not to get them to stop, slow down or swerve?
Because I don't have to stop, slow or swerve, do I?
Yep, and why is it important
And
not
turning
to...
left. Sorry?
I'd like you to turn left. Why is it important not to get them to stop, slow or swerve? Because by them stopping, slowing or swerving could cause a collision.
Oh yeah, they might hit me, won't they?
Yeah, they might hit you, someone behind them might hit them because they don't anticipate that they were going to stop. Now, this again is a potential meeting situation. So interior mirror,
Alright.
check interior mirror,
Yeah.
interior mirror, distance and speed, right door mirror.
Right.
Right, when we're moving back, we're checking our interior mirror for distance and speed. We're checking our left door mirror to see if any bicycles are on our left-hand side.
Oh, I see the bicycles there, wouldn't I? On approach.
You wouldn't
And turning right.
turning right, because with bicycles they're a lot smaller, aren't they? So what we do is, if they are there, we're going to react a lot. We're going to react accordingly. So whenever we're going past parked cars, because we don't signal, our position is going to be a form of a signal. We're going to check our
So it's
interior-
only bicycles I'm looking for.
You're looking for bicycles, you're looking for pedestrians,
And
you're looking
turning
for... And I'd like you to turn right. So, as you can see, there is also a potential meeting situation. So we're gonna... What mirrors are you going to check first? Interior mirror?
Middle and right.
Yeah, what are you checking your middle mirror for?
This is the speed.
And what are you checking your right door mirror for?
See if anybody's overtaking me.
Yeah, and if there was?
I'd let them go.
Okay, so now if you look ahead, you can see this car. Which
Yeah.
mirror you can check first?
Middle left.
No, middle.
middle right, sorry.
Yeah. And when you're moving back, which mirror you can check?
Middle left.
So check your middle mirror first. Middle.
Yeah.
And then you check your right door mirror. What are you checking your
Yeah,
middle?
I can't see any bicycles there, no?
Yeah, you can't see any bicycles
I
there.
can't see any bicycle getting this fast, really.
Sorry?
I can't see any bicycle getting this much speed up, really.
They probably wouldn't, but there could be anything. They could come out from anywhere.
Oh, somebody's sitting in that car. Could he move
Yeah.
away?
He could move away.
Right, yeah.
So if he was to move away, you'd want to be aware of that so you
End
can see it.
left.
And I'd like you to turn left at the end of the road.
I suppose if I was going at a slower pace, the bicycles come up the inside of me, couldn't they?
Yeah, they could. So this is why we anticipate, in order to anticipate what's going on, if it is a tighter gap, we're going to drive at a speed accordingly. So less pace, less space, less pace. So looking ahead, what do we anticipate those cars ahead are going to do? What have they done?
Brake lights, they're going to stop.
Yeah.
Slow down at least.
Yep, so what are you going to do first? What's
check
anticipation? Yep. So what are you checking your interior mirror for?
This is the speed of the vehicle behind.
Yep, and how does the distance and speed of the vehicle behind you affect you? Do you know? If they were too close to you, you might have to start braking a lot earlier.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. So now we can see those pedestrians going. They're not gonna, because they're carrying on walking. If they did look over their shoulder, we might anticipate they might want to cross.
Oh,
So the
right.
first thing we're going to do is we're going to check our mirrors.
Yeah. And we're going to turn right.
And we're going to turn right. So this pedestrian at the corner here, if you just keep an eye on him, now he is behind the barriers, but
Can I go now?
yeah. So how do you know if it was safe to go or not? Do you remember that walk across, drive across rule? I'm
Just
going to
about.
hold back just about here. Stop. Okay, there's no vehicles behind us. So do you remember why it's important to hold back at the correct place? Why do we not want to be too close to that parked car?
So I can see?
Yeah. And why is it important to be able to see? Because if there was a car coming, you'd
Well, I'm not very good at getting out of tight spaces.
yeah, you'd have to steer a lot more, wouldn't you?
Oh, right,
So holding back about 1.5 to 2 car lengths, which is the correct.
Yeah.
Do you remember why it's important not to make sure we're too out into the road?
I'll be blocking a red car,
Yep.
wouldn't
And why do we not want to be too close to the pavement? Do you remember?
I? People behind think I'm parking.
That's it. Okay, now it's safe to go. No,
Is it?
no. We're just going to wait now. We're going to let this car go past. So which mirrors are you going to check when you're moving out of this parked car?
Middle left.
Middle and right.
Oh, middle right, sorry.
Right. Why are we checking our middle mirror?
This is speed.
And right door mirror?
Oh, that's the one for anybody overtaking.
Okay, so now-
And turning left.
And like to turn left. So moving back, which mirrors are you going to
Oh,
check?
middle left.
Yep. And why are you checking your middle mirror?
See if a cyclist might be inside or a car
Yep,
moving
that's
away.
that's your right door mirror. Yep. Middle mirror is distance and speed.
End right.
And I'd like you to go right at the end of the road, please. So now, as you can see, if you look ahead, you can see pedestrians and a lot of activity going on here, so we can't anticipate what's going to go on. So if we do see anything that seems like a bit of a hazard to us, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check our mirrors.
Oh, right.
We're going to check our mirrors for distance and speed of vehicles behind us, and we're going to act accordingly. So if we do see in the distance somewhere something we can see and the car behind us couldn't, we might want to start braking earlier to give them more time to react.
Oh, right. Bit busy.
It is today, isn't it? And if you notice something about pedestrians, they cross anyway, just the way those pedestrians cross there. So it's not necessarily going to be at traffic lights or pedestrian crossings. This is why it's very important to see this pedestrian here. Just decided to cross and then stop again. So the first thing we do is we check our mirrors. Because we might
I'm
have
okay
had
with
to.
pedestrian crossings, right?
Yeah, but anticipation wise, because we don't know what they were going to do.
I haven't seen many cyclists around today, have we?
Yeah, there isn't. If there was a cyclist ahead of you and they looked over their right shoulder, what would you anticipate they could be doing?
Oh, they're going to move around that pothole, aren't they?
Yeah, or they're looking over their right shoulder.
Oh, turn right.
Yeah. So what would we do first? Do you remember what we were going to do first? Anticipation, what does that involve?
Oh, it's mirrors.
Mirrors. And which mirror are you going to check?
The middle.
Yep, and what are you checking the middle mirror for?
The distance between the vehicle going.
Yeah. And do you remember why that's important?
Roundabout straight on.
Okay, I'd like it to go straight on.
Oh, it gives me time to react, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And straight on.
And I'd like it to go straight ahead.
And we're going to take the next turning to the right.
And I'd like you to take the next turning to the right. So I want you to stop where that reference point, you remember the centre road reference point?
No, but yeah, I didn't have that problem.
Oh,
I was
yeah. So I want you to remember, could you walk across here now without making any car stop, swerve or slow down? That red car, do you think you could drive across?
Oh, yeah.
Without getting him to stop, swerve or slow?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you can drive across. So if you could walk across without getting him to stop, swerve or slow, you know you can drive across.
Oh.
And do you remember why it's important to make sure that they don't stop, swerve or slow?
Because that might cause an accident.
Yeah.
And we're going to turn left.
And I'd like you to turn left. So now I want you to drive at about